All right, thank you for that, Justin. And guess what, everybody? It is baking news.
I love it. It's my favorite.
Every time, we love it. It's time for another edition of David's Dish, and this, David, is. I think you outdid yourself this time.
I think so. What do you even call it?
Well, it is a tree stump cake.
Okay, tree
and
stump
it
cake.
actually is my daughter Peyton's birthday cake. She turned 23 last Friday, and because Earth Day was Saturday, she said, "Dad, I want a tree stump cake." And she was always fond of ladybugs. She said, "And put a ladybug on it." And so the couple ladybugs ended up on it as well, and those took me forever to make. Anyway.
Labor of love, this whole thing is.
This was intense.
Yeah.
I tell you what, you can see half it's gone because the cake itself is amazing because the tutorial for how to decorate this is one thing. They just say, take a chocolate cake and then do this to it.
Yeah.
I found a recipe for an absolutely amazing chocolate cake.
Okay. And we should have that recipe, or at least the ingredients for it.
Well, I tell you what, and what it is the buttermilk and the espresso. The instant espresso in a cup of boiling water. It makes the cake very thin.
Okay.
But when they advise that you put paper at the bottom of the pan,
like parchment paper?
Parchment paper at the bottom of the pan, do it because it's so moist it would stick if that wasn't in the bottom of the pan.
Oh, wow.
Moist cake.
Very moist chocolate cake. So this is going to be my go-to chocolate cake for when I ever have to make a chocolate cake. So if we put those pictures up, starting with the first one, there's the cake, and then that frosting that it starts out with is a dulce de leche buttercream frosting.
Oh my
now,
God.
here's another thing I didn't know. What is dulce de leche? Well, it's a milk-based caramel sauce.
Oh my gosh!
I know what that is. That's my favorite. Dulce de leche. That is my call. That is mine.
And you put that in, and that makes that coloring, that kind of light brown for the inside of the log kind of coloring. Okay, so if you go to the next ones, and then I used. Now the tutorial said to use a ganache for this part, for the top and for the sides. I didn't want to do that.
No, I feel like that would be too
wanted
hard.
to use a chocolate buttercream, which I did.
Good.
So I made a chocolate buttercream, and then I piped on the side, those.
The circle, the swirls that we saw.
Yeah, that is the knot in the wood, and then piped up, the sides of it like that. Then if you go to the next part, and what I did then was took a fork, just a kitchen fork, and scraped down the sides. Just a fork.
And that texture.
And that texture looks just like the side of a log.
So you move it up and down, just moving that?
And then that top, I took a spatula and just swirled it out.
Oh my gosh.
And it just swirled out that.
Wow.
And it appeared as that. So then the next step would be to make the mushrooms. This is a process. That's just meringue.
Yeah.
Okay, but the meringue has to bake for 3 hours.
Oh my gosh, I did not know that.
Yeah, 3 hours.
I was going to ask you if you put that in the refrigerator.
No, 3 hours at 225, and you just pipe little caps, you pipe little stems, and then once it comes out, and it cools really fast.
Okay.
And you take some cocoa powder and you dust them so it gives that
woodsy,
dirt
feel.
dirty, kind of feel.
Yeah.
And then you put them together with a little bit of frosting. You just stick them together with a little frosting.
So real.
I put them in. Don't they look like real?
Like a real mushroom.
It's amazing. And then comes the intense work of putting all the food coloring in. So you've got bags and bags and bags. I was making buttercream frosting all afternoon. And then start to pipe the leaves on, little flowers on. And so the end result is, here you go. There it is.
Oh
now,
my
David,
gosh.
I do want to ask you a little bit. Now, this up top that we saw,
that's
green
right, the
moss.
moss.
How did you do that?
Right. That is ground pistachios with matcha. And matcha is a green tea, a finely ground green tea. So you mix the two together, put it in the food processor. really grind it up, and it gives that mossy kind of texture.
Yeah, and kind of tasty too. That
Definitely.
nutty kind of feel. Oh my gosh.
Right, and so in that picture of the cake, the little ladybug, and now you can see on this real one, the mushrooms, just like a real mushroom, they kind of wilt and wither, and after about a day, they all kind of look like a mushroom would if you left it out.
Yeah, but still.
But yeah, so this thing took me. Everything I do, it's the first time I've done it.
Okay.
And this is another, I've never done it before, so this is what I did, and it takes me forever. This took like 6 to 7 hours.
And you did this on Saturday?
On Saturday, from beginning to end.
Oh my
And so, the second time you do something, it goes much quicker because you're kind of, you know the process.
Steps,
I tell you what, this took forever, but it was worth it because the cake itself, I mean, people are going back for seconds and thirds, and my wife, Monica, ate the entire piece. She never eats an entire.
Really?
And she said, look at my plate.
That's what I wanted to ask you. I know you made this for your daughter, but is this something that you do with your wife, that you do with your family, or you just do for them?
This I do for them.
For them.
They are not bakers. They don't want any part of it. But I'm in there for hours, and I love it. It's absolutely
and we love it too.
We do.
And we're so thankful that you can share these tips with us. And we're going to have these recipes on our Facebook page as well as our website, WILX /Studio 10, so that we can have this chocolate cake recipe that he's been
got it.
talking
You've got
about,
to try it.
and then the steps to all of this magic. So thank you so
Clear out
much.
6 hours. You might need a little more than 6, since Dave is a professional.
Yeah.
Might be
Take
like
the whole
8,
day.
10. Clear out the whole day for it.
I'll cut you a piece in the break.
That's for sure. All right, 10 out of 10 is next, so definitely stick around for that. So we're going to give out 10s to the community.
And 10s to this cake.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wicked, the untold true story of the Witches of Oz, flies back to Wharton Center from May 10th through May 28th only. Visit whartoncenter.com to get wicked.
Hi everyone watching at home. We're here to remind you that if you or someone you know were injured in an accident that was not your fault, listen up. We have live agents available right now to answer your questions and tell you how much your case is potentially worth. Hi, I'm Gina Bellich, here with spokesman and TV personality Tom Mustin with us in the Help Center. So Tom, phones are really busy over there. Tell us what kind of calls you're seeing.
Well, Gina, first off, thank you for having me here in the call center with you. We always enjoy talking to the viewers and getting folks the compensation that they deserve. We're seeing calls about all kinds of accidents, but the most common by far has been car accidents. So if you or someone you know were injured in an accident that was not your fault, give us a call right now. You'll speak with a live person. They'll answer any questions you have and tell you if you have a case and how much your case is potentially worth.
Thanks, Tom. All right, folks at home, you heard it. Take advantage of this opportunity and call now.
There's a new victim of identity theft every 3 seconds. And checking your credit score or bank statements may not be enough to alert you. That's because identity threats appear in more places than you realize. Identity thieves can use your information to open loans, transfer home titles, even commit crimes.
Someone stole my information and tried to buy a car in my name.
LifeLock monitors for threats to your identity, including ones you may miss, and alerts you if there's an issue. And if you're a victim, your dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it.
If something happens, you have somebody fighting for you.
All plans backed by LifeLock's $1 Million Protection Package, including reimbursement for stolen funds.
I know LifeLock has me covered.
LifeLock, identity theft protection starts here. Call the number on your screen or visit lifelock.com/25now and use promo code 25now to save 25% on your first year of identity theft protection. Enroll now.
Donate, get a tax credit, and change someone's life. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. In order to change lives, the Volunteers of American Michigan thrift stores need your donations. For locations and store hours, visit us online at voami.org.
At the Sam Bernstein Law Firm, dogs are just like family. Many of our employees are dog owners. But sometimes accidents happen, and those accidents can cause serious injuries. If you or a loved one has suffered a dog bite injury, let our family help your family today.
Technology is everywhere. Count on News 10 to help you make the most of it.
I'm Jamie Tucker. I find the ways to make your life easier, save some cash, and recognize scams.
What the Tech? Weekdays on News 10 first at 5.
All right, we're kept our aprons on because we've been eating this cake in the break, and
we
it's so
will
good.
continue to do that.
Yes, tens to the cake for sure, but also a good 10 to the Potter Park Zoo, who celebrated the birth of their tuft deer fawn. Look at this cutie patootie. So we love to see that. The parents are Lucy and Desi, so it's definitely a big, significant addition to the zoo because they are a threatened species. So you can go check it out. But yeah, very, very cool addition.
Awesome. My 10 out of 10 is going to Socialite Society. So yesterday they had a vision board party. It's called V is for Vision Mixer. So that is my vision board right here. The glow up. You are not alone. The queen. The beauty, all these things are things that I'm working on this year. I have a vacation that I'm going to work on, trying to get better at my health and fitness goals, and always saving money, okay?
Yep, you betcha.
So,
all right, 10s to that. 10s to our vision, 10s to the cake, 10s to the zoo.
Yep. And now it's time to check in with our WILX News team to see what's going on in our 90-minute newscast.
We have Ann Emmerich standing by. Ann, we've missed you. How's it going?
I missed you guys, too. I'm happy to be back. But I was hoping for some warmer temperatures,
yeah.
I'm just going to say. Well, we have a lot of news heading your way in our 90-minute newscast, starting with Michigan State Police trying to crack down on distracted driving. April is Distracted Driving Month. Undercover state troopers are out on the roads in unmarked cars. They're looking for people who are paying attention to their phones and other things behind the wheel. Coming up on News 10 at 6, we take you inside this operation aimed at keeping you safe. Plus, the cold weather threatening apple crops and other fruits as they start to bloom. This week, we will see temperatures hover around freezing, which has some local agriculture experts and farmers worried. Coming up on News 10 at 5:30, we'll tell you about how this cold spell could end up costing us at the grocery store. Plus, some big change.